Thank you, Ms. Holly. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Today is May 18th, and the time is 6:07. Can we do roll call, please? Oh, pledge. I want that roll call. Pledge. Please stand while we do the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next. Everyone's present. All members are present. We need to make an amendment to the agenda to consider the report for Scott Richardson with Daniel Wolf. And then we need to add on the acceptance of the school choice applications as presented.
We need a motion for that amendment. Okay, we need a motion for that amendment from one of you, please.
I make the motion. All in favor? Okay. Next is public comment. At this time, we'll open the floor for public comments. Does anyone have any public comments to make? We ask you to keep it 3 to 5 minutes long. No public comment? Okay, we'll move it on. Okay, so the next on the agenda is approval of minutes. The previous minutes have been distributed. Are there any corrections or additions? We've already had some corrections and additions. Is there any more additions here? None? The chair will entertain an approval to approve the minutes.
Motion to accept the minutes.
Jonathan, is that second? Ms. Brenda? Okay, the minutes are approved. So now we're moving on to new business. Ms. Brenda seconded, yes. Okay, so first on the agenda is the student and campus achievements. Can we pass it?
No, we're casting. I
Okay.
don't have it ready for you tonight, so you guys will have to just look those up on your Facebook.
Yes.
But Ms. Mitchell will present those to you.
Right, guys, so one of the big ones, we actually just got word a few minutes ago. Miss George, I think, squealed through the hallways in high school. So we had a senior beta student, Olivia Dowdy. She was the only student in the state of Arkansas, actually, that qualified for psychology at the National Beta Convention. So we're super excited for that. And so she'll be going to compete. And then Alyssa Shellstrom and Kimberly Martinez did qualify to go to the Scholastics Honor Day. Kimberly, unfortunately, was unable to attend, but Alyssa did go, and she was able to get her picture made with Governor Sanders and Mr. Sanders. And then also we had a really successful, if you guys, some of you were able to make it, we had a great senior graduation and then 6th grade and kindergarten graduation. It was well attended. Lots of community members there, which is absolutely huge. And then one of the good things that we're able to do not only for our school, but the surrounding areas is we are actually going to be offering a game and fish professional development here on campus. And so it's called FINS, Fishing in the Natural State. And so teachers from any of the surrounding school districts will be able to come here. I believe the date's June 9th. Don't hold me to that. Was it?
You're right.
And that way they can come and participate here. So it's a great opportunity for us to be able to offer and get other people on campus. So that's what happens.
Thank you.
I heard that our senior graduation was the best we've had in a while, so I'm glad to hear that. Next on the agenda is Mr. Richardson.
Would you like to talk with us? Maybe give us an update on the process, where things are right now, what we're working on, and.
Right. Well, fortunately, we had the act pass through this fiscal session. That was pretty impressive to watch come together for these rural isolated school districts. A good boost. So the next step is we need to get Miss Valerie on board and hired, and then we can notify Mountain View that there's a superintendent and a place to send the money. That entitles Timbo to 25% of the amount of funds that the Act set aside for you from the bill. And then, there's another certification to make to get the rest of the funds. So we'll work on that as well. And then, you know, when you're making a new school district, there's a million things to do, so it's all, kind of everything all at once. But look forward to working with Valerie to do that. I had my contract with the committee as we came through this. I think it's now time to switch that over to the district so we can coordinate, make sure things are legal as we go through all the complexities of forming a new school district. So I've given Valerie an engagement letter. It's essentially the same that I had with the committee, except where it says retainer instead of an amount there, it says 0. So we'll just bill by the hours. You don't owe me anything up front. But if it's your pleasure, I'd be honored to continue to assist the formation of the Timbo School District.
And I do have that letter indicated, and you guys, as he just indicated, you know, there isn't a retainer, it's the you know, as we need him, we would reach out as we need to get these taken care of, especially in the next few days. We know things we're doing tonight is definitely going to start affecting our timeline and being able to get, those funds initially started. So I would definitely recommend to the board that you guys approve the engagement letter that is presented to the board.
I should say also, the rates in there is an hourly rate. It's my school rate. It's a discount on normal billable hour, and it's the same rate. It's been the same school rate for me for going on 10 years now.
That's
I haven't
awesome.
raised it.
We
And it's the
appreciate
same one I charge the committee as well.
That's at $250 for the partner, $225 for associates, or $100 for paralegals for their work. So that's a good rate as well, I would recommend. So
What's the name of the letter?
it's to recommend that, to approve the engagement letter, which would,
I make a motion that we approve the recommendation letter.
engagement
Or
letter.
engagement letter, I'm sorry.
I can help you. Second by Elsie.
All in favor? Thank you for coming down here from Little Rock and all that you've done.
Yes.
He's been just instrumental in helping us doing Zoom calls and just, you know, meeting when we went to the Capitol and when we went with the Arkansas Department of Education. So thank you so much for all that you've done for us and real special.
Email confirming that too.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the trust you placed in me.
Yes.
Okay, the next on the agenda we've added is the school choice application.
The school choice application, so this one is a little, you have 4 pages worth of school choice applications to be able to consider here. I think it's important because it gives you information related to the number of students that living outside of Timbo School District and who are attending here. And then the second half is a smaller number in which students are asking to transfer from Timbo to rural special. There's a list of 4 students there. I'm not going to be reading the 4 pages of names, but I would ask that you guys accept the list as presented.
I make the motion to accept the list as presented.
Okay.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Okay, so back to the agenda. The next on the agenda is reviewing the selection of bank bids for district bank accounts. Now that we are getting money, now we gotta get a bank account.
Okay, we have 5, so I'll let each of you open a bid, all right? And then, so let you review it, read it, and then we'll ask that you read it aloud, so we all know what it says as we're looking at it. We have some of those banks here, so they can answer questions as we're reviewing their information. I would invite that we give them a chance to answer questions or maybe point out something maybe we didn't notice or read. But I'll read one. We'll ask that Miss Melissa, of course, as the board president, doesn't vote unless there's a tie, but she will not be doing that tonight because potential conflict of interest, correct? So I'll let everyone take one. Yeah, you don't. Yes. We will, well, I did, yeah. She's gonna have to set this one out.
How is it not?
Yeah.
Did we get a bid from all local ones?
Yes, we did. I presented, I think that there might be one more, but it was but other than that, you should have them all. You have you don't see Simmons, do you? So I don't see Simmons, and isn't there a, Freddie? No, it's not. First National, First Service,
First security?
First Security.
First service.
We have First Security too, though. Everyone but Simmons that I'm aware of. Centennial did send me an email. I received an email after, it was later than noon today, which is what our request was from a week ago, but I went ahead and accepted it. It's just a letter via email. So, Uncle Rock in front of you?
First National.
Yeah, doesn't sound like it.
Isn't that what you got with First National?
Yeah, their First Service.
What about Centennial?
Yeah, I got a letter, an email after 3 today.
Oh.
Brenda, so it was after the deadline, but I'll read it. Yes. And then some of them have extra copies, like I think yours does. I can go ahead and get theirs if you want. I'll let you guys share. Okay. Do y'all have extra copies in yours, no?
No.
Okay.
Looks really good.
I don't think it's just copies. Mainly, we'll be looking for introspective ideas. We'd be asking for, specifically, we ask for front and back items, front and back images of items. We're gonna look to see if there's skinny fees. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm just watching, I have nothing else to do, just looking around. If you want, you can do it.
Yeah, we can, whenever you're ready, we can read aloud, because I imagine you guys will have questions and things, and we can maybe we can find the answers, and if not, then we can consider the next one. Do you think you're about ready to read aloud?
I'll read this one.
Do you want to go first, Karen? Okay, go ahead.
She's like, how?
You gotta start with, okay.
Do we tell who it is?
Yes, please present who it
Okay,
is
this is
first.
First National Bank of Izard County. It says at no cost to the district, bank service will include full service on all accounts, checks and deposit slips on all accounts, month-end statements on all accounts, investment counsel, prompt execution of district investment orders, and safekeeping service, night deposit, lock bag service, safe deposit box, vault storage facilities, at district request, automatic electronic drafts or wires, stock payment services, maintenance of treasury bill and money market records, immediate check, credit or clearance, online access to listed bank services, corporate charge cards at no fee other than interest charges. And then the interest, it says interest-bearing accounts based on market rate 2.5% below federal fund rate, with a floor at 0.35% on checking account. As a federal funds rate today, the rate would be 1.15%. And monthly shredding pickup from the company, shred it. And that is First National of Izard County.
First National. Is anyone here representing First National of Izard County? Okay.
Okay, this one is from Citizens Bank. They've given a lot of information about the people that work there. But what we're more interested in is all products and services will be offered to the district at no cost. This includes checks, deposit tickets, wire transfers, stock payments, and direct deposits. Citizens Bank is pleased to offer the school district, Timbo School District, one of the following interest rate options with a 5-year commitment. Option 1 is a floating rate of federal funds minus 10 basis points, 3.65% effective as of today. Option 2 is a fixed rate, 3.75 for 1 year, followed by a floating rate of Fed funds minus 20 basis points. Both options will have a $2,500 annual sponsorship as long as the school district's primary operating account is held at Citizens Bank. All funds in excess of the FDIC limits will be collateralized at a minimum of 105% pursuant to Arkansas Code 620-222. They have a Visa corporate purchasing card, treasury management platform. Some highlights of this product include a customizable, intuitive dashboard with a variety of widgets, domestic and international wire organization, ACH originations and file uploads, multiple level approval for ACH transfers and wires, custom reports that can be saved and flagged as favorites, access to the same day images of check deposits and lockbox items, real-time account balance reporting, exceptions platform to help reduce fraud, funds transferred between citizens' bank accounts, manage online alerts, and strict enforcement of security standards. The Treasury Management online security features full online audit, a dual controller approval, customizable email, desktop, and text notification settings, IP address restriction, login and transaction history access for all users, customizable company and user level limits, out-of-band authentication, and full administrative rights.
And on the back, that list of things, they do offer the remote deposit, which allows a machine, yeah.
And then the Positive Pay service is a sophisticated account reconciliation service that enables you to minimize potential fraud losses associated with checks issued by your company. With Positive Pay, you can review suspect items prior to making a payment and return any checks that appear to be fraudulent. Citizens Bank will match the payee, check number, date, and amount of each item. Void files are also available, allowing you to avoid costly stop payment fees. And they have a ACH Positive Pay is a cost-effective way to protect your account from unauthorized ACH transactions. This service allows you to set rules and filters for which ACH transactions are authorized to pay. Items outside of your rules and filters will be flagged and reported to you as an exception to review. They also offer online wire transfers, and this allows you to enter non-repetitive and repetitive domestic wires online through your treasury management platform. For added controls, dual approval is recommended for all outgoing wire transfers, and a secure code is required to transmit wire transfers online.
Hopefully we won't need that service. A lot of school districts, we won't use wire transfers very rarely, or even ACH. We've had it happen more often with like state payments for the insurance, property insurance, and that, but very rarely presenting that to you. We process a lot more hard checks, but hard copy. Any kind of comments or any from anyone for Citizens Bank or questions for, if we have someone? Okay, I don't think anyone's here. It's from Centennial, and it looks like the interest rate identified is at 2.15 APR. The cost for checks, deposit books, wire fees or stop payment, return checks, statements allowing for the front and back of images of the items at no charge, direct deposits, cash management services are provided at no fees, or they're refunded, is what is identified. They do indicate they do currently serve another school district, and their goal is to provide exceptional. So I'm not sure about the remote deposit option, but that's a question. But it looks like it's 2.15 APR. Okay. Giselle,
I'm probably gonna need their help.
Okay.
Because I'm seeing different APRs that are like
Okay, good question asked. This is why it's great to have some folks that ask.
You
It's
got
always a
first
good
service.
thing.
I have first service,
Okay.
and I'm seeing different APRs that don't match a 2 point that
Okay.
everybody else has been doing, so I'm just one. Okay, I'll read it.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing year 1, 4.6, and then year 2, 4.1 percent. Oh, here. Yeah. So, can you guys explain that?
Sure, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
So we're offering a tiered rate option. Your bid that was presented to us was a 2-year option.
Yes.
So for the first year, we're offering the 4.60%. And then with the second year, that would change the fiscal year. So I believe it was to start July 1. So July 1 of 2026 to July 1 of 2027 would be at the 4.60%. And then July 1 of 2027 to July 1 of 2028 would be at the 4.10%.
Okay.
Okay, what she said.
Got it.
Um,
A different structure.
And then the variable rate option that adjusts annually at the date signed agreement at the effective federal fund rate published by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York plus 0.86% with a floor of 3.5% and a ceiling of 4.5. Additionally, First Service Bank agrees to pay 2 annual installments of $10,000 towards the cost of additional projects for Timbo School District. In exchange, the First Service Bank logo will be displayed on additional signage. Logo placement and designs are subject to approval by First Service Bank and marketing. Sorry.
Okay, back up a minute there. So let's make sure. You had a second option, right? So you guys, you have one
So there's
option.
that
So
one,
there's,
and
then the variable that ranges from, what is the variable option you identified? 3.5
3.5 with a ceiling of 4.5.
to 4.5 could be the variable. Okay. For both years.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you said $10,000 deposited
Two annual
each. Okay.
installments of
Okay.
10,000 each, and then should I read the asterisks of those $10,000?
Yes.
The annual $10,000 contribution described above is intended to support the Timbo School District projects during the applicable 12-month service period. In the event the Timbo School District elects to discontinue or substantially transfer its banking relationship from Service Bank, prior to the completion of the applicable annual term, Timbo School District agrees to reimburse First Service Bank for the prorated unused portion of the annual contribution based upon the remaining full months of service period. They do deposits, electronic payment deposit, direct deposit services, the ACH deposits, detailed account information, monthly statements, access to records, deposit security, new accounts, internet services, remote deposit capture,
Okay.
which is like taking a picture of a check, right?
Yes.
Credit cards, ICS. I don't know what ICS is.
ICS.
ICS.
What is ICS again? I
Yes,
can't remember.
Yes, so ICS stands for Interfinancial Cash Sweep.
Okay, that's right. Oh, yes. Explain the sweeping to them.
Yes,
Have
ma'am.
fun with this.
Yes, so
Okay.
with being a public fund, you all would be insured up to the $250,000 FDIC insurance. So what we do as a bank to ensure that you are fully insured is we open up, I like to kind of explain it as almost a second account. So at the end of the day, if you all deposited $3 million in one day, all of that is going to sweep the same day to ensure that you're fully insured for the full $3 million. That way we're maxed out. ICS goes up to, I think, over $5 billion. So, you guys would be fully insured for penny to penny on everything. We have several school districts who, and other public fund entities who are on ICS currently. Auditors love it. It's transactional based, so there's no other detailed accounting information that you have to do on your end as far as like the business manager's responsibility with the books and things like that. It automatically sweeps in and out.
Yes. It happens a lot in order to ensure the bigger balances are insured
And they also gave us references,
Okay.
3 school districts that go with them, that bank with them. Clinton School District, Southside B Branch School District, and Shirley.
Okay.
Okay, Dawn? How are you?
Yeah.
Real special, though, with you guys too.
Was there any, the special, what'd you ask? The real
That's why I
special?
asked if real special went with you guys.
Do you guys have any more comments? Sorry.
I would like to add, so along with some of the other proposals, our check imaging is front and back. We do offer remote deposit capture
Yes.
free of charge. Something else that goes along with that is we would provide on-site training with that. I know you all are in a transition time, it's very confusing. So we want to be able to be here and help you all in the office and things like that. Make sure all the staff is up to date and anything that we can offer with that, we would be more than happy to do. Cheyenne and myself are both relatively close to Timbo. I'm also the manager of Clinton as well as Mountain View. I live in Denard, so I'm a hop, skip, and a jump away. If something were to ever happen, my cell phone number is in the proposal. Cheyenne is housed in the Mountain View location as well as my assistant branch manager. We're very well versed in school districts and other public funds. The other thing too is all of those products are free of charge. So the training is free, the scanner is free, all of the check imaging is free, the monthly statements is free, the night drop bags, locking bags, all of that is free. Stock payments are free, wires are free. You guys are also, I know Ms. McCleary said that it's not really what you would be doing as wires, but if you should choose in the big, later on in the future, those are all housed in our online banking profile. The other thing that I would like to mention also, because Timbo is not next door to a bank, we would also offer to the school district a small vault for cash on hand.
Okay.
So I know you guys have basketball games, different donations or different fundraisers that come
Yes.
up. Parents pay cash, kids bring cash, things like that. So we would do that, provide that for you also.
Would that have a cost, or is that free?
It is free,
Awesome.
free of charge.
How big is the vault?
I'm sorry, what is
How
that?
big is the vault?
How big is the vault?
Big enough.
It would be, it would be a smaller vault.
Okay, I was
it's
gonna
not
say.
what- yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, so, the other thing too with that is we also, have a third-party vendor with bank card in our merchant services that, one of our school districts, actually Southside School District, we were able to get them set up to accept debit cards and credit cards at the gate and at the concession stand, which is where a lot of your cash is gonna come from. So if the vault is not something that you're interested in, that would be a separate option for you all.
And
That
that
is-
usually has a fee attached to it, correct?
It does,
We
yes,
we
ma'am.
use them, and they are helpful for payments for daycare, those things, kinds of things.
But we would also cover that monthly fee,
Okay.
for you guys as well. And again, that is a third-party vendor, however, we work very closely with her. Our representative, her name is Darlene Goodwin with Bank Card, and we would also be on site to help set up and train the staff in using that product.
Part. So you guys would cover the monthly fee, but there might be a cost attached to the machine.
Could potentially, in the past, we have covered the machine as well, along with the monthly fee. It sort of depends on how you're going to use the machine exactly and what information you're gonna put into that. But we have covered those in the past.
And it could be a QR code too,
It could
that
be.
doesn't require a machine, it just
Yes,
is a
ma'am.
QR, okay,
Mhm.
okay. Which way you have the cost, so. That's, anything else?
I think the last thing, we want to be your bank. We want to be here in the community. If there's something, I'm very much on children and the staff alike. So if, we wouldn't be in this world if we didn't have teachers and educators, and a board to push the enthusiasm. I know Ms. Sheila does a wonderful job of being enthusiastic, and we were able to donate umbrellas to the staff during teacher appreciation. And I'll just tell you, the teachers were the most enthusiastic people I think I've ever been a part of or around, and they were a lot of fun. They were a lot of fun. They were a lot of fun, and we want to be a partner to that enthusiasm.
That's right, it is.
John?
Marcus from Stone Bank. The numbers are 1.25 interest-bearing checking account, 4% savings account, interest rate, free checking, online banking, on-site support when needed, remote deposit capture if needed, waived fees associated with ACH transfers, wire transfers, and other applicable account service fees. If a certificate of deposit investment opportunity is pursued, Stone Bank would like to extend a CD rate offer of 4.25, FDIC coverage beyond $250,000 with intra-fi account, flexible customer service with local staff who know the school person, and we know them because they have done a lot for us.
So, one of the
Well,
things to keep in mind,
Is there anything else y'all want to add?
forgotten?
Yeah.
Or, okay, question, the remote, would it be available free?
Yes.
Yes, okay,
And we also have someone that could come and train you guys on site to do it as well.
okay, okay. And the 1.25 is fixed for the 2 years?
Yes.
Okay. So I ask about the remote, because if you guys, I know that was something we considered and something you're looking at considering for the management agreement is for the business management services of my business managers over in Searcy County. The ability to have remote deposits is huge. No matter what, it's almost as important to consider for this. Whether it's us there helping you or working to make a deposit from here, check so that someone doesn't have to run to town for those checks. You really need that service. So overall, it looks like most of them, for the most part, does provide that. And then next, in considering your other factors, the biggest primarily is looking at interest rate and what kind of return you can get back on the school funds, for the taxpayer dollars. That's what you're looking at. Questions or thoughts or discussion?
You got it in a draft somewhere?
Explain the $10,000 deposits.
Yes, ma'am. So, the $10,000 is in annual installments. So for a 2-year option, that would be $20,000 total over the 2-year period. That is basically used for, anything that the school district may need, whether it's, to help purchase a bus or to help with heating and air units. If you need to refinish a basketball floor, if you need, anything that you guys would need on top of, and that's in addition to we're always going to, provide the staff with gifts and meals and things like that. That's just part of being a community bank, I think, but this is in addition to that. Again, the only thing we would request is if you were able to do that, if we could place our logo on those things, or have some sort of, a logo placement out there for it.
They're pretty common with your score clocks or chairs like in the gym and those sorts of things too, so. You do. You have to keep quiet. You don't get to say a word. I might have to send you outside. I know. Okay, sorry guys.
There's no way we could table it so that we could compare all the numbers together.
No, I would not suggest you do. You have all that information in front of you.
Yes.
So,
No.
okay, would it help if I rank them for you guys? So that way you know, because I made the notes. It's hard for you to see, and so you need to hear.
No, I just got the numbers for the one I'm looking
You
at.
just did the numbers, so you did. And so how about I review all five so that you can hear? And I'll try to go from what I'm seeing as far as a range on that checking, because that would, so what we see with first service is probably bringing in the highest interest. You would either have a 4.6 the first year, moving to a 4.1% the second year, or your selection of a 3.5% to a 4.5% for both years. So you could have the variable or that fixed option, which that's what we would have to make that choice. Then on top of that is the $10,000 each year annually, okay? The second, I would say, is by Citizens Bank, in which you had a 5-year commitment, though you're just asking for 2, but you do have a 5-year commitment of 3.65. It looks like at 3.75 for 1 year is what I had noted in that. Yes, okay. And so you would get it for just the 1 year, you would receive that. And then I understand they had an annual sponsorship in the amount of $2,500.
Yeah.
Okay. And then third, you have First National Bank of Izard County at a 2.5% rate. I saw something about 0.35 on checking. Oh, yeah, sorry, okay, 2.5% with a minimum floor of 1.15, if I'm not correct, was it a variable? Do you mind if I say that?
rate was 1.15.
1.15? As of the rate would be at 1.15% is where it's at, so it's actually not the next highest, I apologize for that, because I was looking at the 2.5, it's 2.5 below the federal rate. So the actual rate is 1.15. And then you have Centennial at a 2.15 rate. I'm not positive about remote deposit and machines there. I'm assuming, but I wouldn't know. So I'm not sure. And then you have Stone, in which you have 1.25 fixed for the 2 years with an offer of 4% on saving. With the remote deposit and all fees waived, CD rates would be at a rate of 4.25%. And you may very well look at that in the future too, as far as some CDs and short-term CDs and what they'd be looking at, and that'd be something you could always come back to the table on, if you wanted to.
Well, I can't see us having a lot of savings
No,
the first 2 years.
no, no. Anything very short.
Even with front service. I mean, I know a lot of personal people
Yeah,
have the other banks, but if we're looking at a business,
you do,
I think first service is offering us the better deal.
yes. So I'm presenting that in terms of the way your policy reads and once you try to look at whatever makes the most sense economically, always number one first, no matter what. We appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone stepping up to want to serve Timbo so fast. And I think that's something that, you know, as Tom, it's not personal. It has to be what is presented in your policies. As time progresses, we see what we need even more. But if you'd like to entertain that motion, I think she said first service.
I know, but we.
Oh, yeah, with which would you rather propose on Karen, a variable or a fixed? So, you know,
I think with our limited funds, I think the second option.
well, so look at,
I don't really know.
okay, you want me to, so look at where you're looking, the first year, you'll have a relatively larger number of funds coming in, but with what you have and we'll be going through the bank. So the fact that the first year that amount is there isn't a bad thing, and your second year coming, it will sort of help. It's almost as if it averages out between 3.5 to 4.5. You're gambling on what your interest rate may go to next year. But here you can guarantee, you know for a fact, this first year you get 4.6, and then you'll go as low as 4.1.
So that's what you think.
I would recommend that.
Okay, so I make, motion that we go with first service and we take the first year at 4.6.
Do we have a second?
I have second.
Ms. Brenda, second. All in favor? John? Yeah, to vote. Votes. You have to vote. Yeah, we gotta hear a vote. We can't just have one. Did I just hear?
No,
No?
it was Ms. Karen.
Just
and
Oh, they all did? Oh, okay. Y'all are just quiet.
I
We
didn't know.
just grumbled
Oh,
about it.
okay.
We don't, we
Yes.
do appreciate the bids.
Yes.
And if we're put in a very hard position,
Right.
because the other banks really do help us, and we appreciate them. So that's probably why we're having a hard time.
And it's very true.
So.
Yeah.
We appreciate all, I'll make sure to send out letters to all of them.
We haven't seen them, half of them until now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
And we do thank all of y'all for, sending us information, but we're in our dire straits as far as money, because money goes for a few years, and we really don't have a choice. But thank y'all all.
All right. Next, we have a PPC report. I have some folks here. They said, did we have to, and so they can definitely present. Today, they got to review the salary schedules you'll be reviewing. They got to review policy handbooks and overall changes to just a couple of them, and I'll review those when it comes time. But I discussed that with them, and so they looked at certified, classified, and the certified classified salary schedules. So certified classified handbooks and the certified classified salary schedules and the stipend lists that you guys will be reviewing tonight. And they unanimously approved. I didn't hear any negativity, but I walked through that with them at length. So they would be making that recommendation to accept those later. And that's all. At this time, anything else, PPC members? Okay.
All right, now we're going to, the next on the agenda is for us to go into executive session, and we're going to move as of 6 54.
And that will be for personnel. So
Personnel.
we'll move over to
Yeah,
that
you guys can stay, we're moving
Yeah.
this time.
Yes.
Or you can head back to the.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
If you want to drive.
Right?
unless you need me.
No, no, you have that.
I'll send you an email.
Yeah, that'd be great. Maybe